Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am sharing another sort of family home. It's kind of a different family home. I'm building here in the world of Evergreen Harbor, as you may notice, and it's also during the winter season because I really wanted the plants to be dead basically and of a more like dim color and not so just like vibrant and radiant like they are in the summer and even throughout the fall. So it's the very beginning of the winter, so there's no snow or anything, and there's still some leaves, but I thought that was a nice effect for an abandoned family home. And you'll have to excuse me, I am getting sick, and I could hear it in my voice, but hopefully you guys can't hear it too much. But anyways, I saw this image on Pinterest, and it was like this artist rendering of a really cool house. I'll put it up on screen so you guys can see what I was looking at and the information that goes along with it and everything. But I saw it and I thought it would be really cool to build a sort of abandoned house based off of it. I don't think the drawing was necessarily supposed to be abandoned, but it just made me kind of inspired basically to build a home based off of it that was abandoned. So in the interior I do put some furniture, and there's like a kitchen and there's 2 bathrooms and everything, but all of the furniture is more of the like more untidy looking furniture, some a bit more like distressed pieces, and also some of the objects that you can find from Eco Lifestyle in the live edit objects that are technically trash. But there's a refrigerator in there, there's a bathtub in there, there's a stove and a broken dresser, and so I used some of those items. And then I also used some pieces that came from Werewolves, like this siding. This siding isn't the exact same color as the picture that I was looking at, but I really liked the color of this one, and I love how worn down it is and how there's all these like chipped pieces in the siding, and you can see some of like the bare wood and stuff. And so I thought that was a really nice sort of addition to that abandoned look, because I really wanted it to feel just like nobody has lived here for quite some time. So it's been kind of worn down by the elements and like the rain and, you know, all of the different factors with like weather and everything. And so I thought that was a nice look for it. And then for the landscaping, like I said, I'm building in winter, so I really was trying to pick plants that looked untaken care of and a little bit overgrown, and having them be kind of dead, I really felt like it looks like nobody's been watering the grass, but of course it's just because it's the winter season. But I really liked the look of it, and I also really liked using this chain linked fence. I don't use chain link fences very often surrounding family homes. I think maybe I do every once in a while. I really don't know. Maybe I have for like a trailer build or something. I think in Strangerville, that hotel and or motel and diner that I built, I think I used a chain link fence there. But for like a family home, I really don't think I have. And so I really liked the look of it because I've lived in a house with chain link fence around it. So I felt, I don't know, just kind of like it's relatable, I guess. And so I really liked the look of it, and that was directly taken from the picture that I was looking at. Over here, I don't think the picture had any like piles of trash or wood or anything, but I really liked the look of that for an abandoned house because I wanted it to feel like maybe there's been kids here partying, or somebody maybe living in it who's not supposed to be. So I just put some trash around. I put some graffiti up on the walls in the house, and of course on the walls I used tons of cracks and stains and scrapes. We have a lot of really nice objects for that came with like vampires, werewolves, and then also Strangerville has some really nice stains as well. So I put them like a few on the exterior, mostly just on the windows and doors, but a little bit on the siding as well, just to add a little bit extra sort of like wornness to it, and then a ton on the interior. So if you guys want to renovate this house, it will be available on the gallery. It will be available first on my Patreon page. All of my builds now are available first on Patreon, so if you guys are interested in getting my builds early and also watching my videos before they're out on YouTube, I am having them over there. So like 24 hours or more before the video is up and before the builds are on the gallery, you guys can get them early. So if you're interested, I will have a link to my Patreon account in the description box. But yeah, if you're interested in renovating it, it's gonna take a lot of work probably to remove the scratches and the torn pieces, but I think that would be a really fun sort of like gameplay project to move here with little money, maybe just enough to buy the house, and then have your sim work, because you could definitely live here. There's beds and stuff, and you could probably just purchase like a little cooler, and maybe the first room that you renovate is the bathroom, so your sim can properly take a shower, because there is a working toilet. I used the toilet that came with Get to Work, so I think it's technically a toilet from, or like supposed to be in a prison cell, but I liked that it was only like half of a toilet. It didn't have like the full back, so to me it felt like maybe it was a broken toilet or something, even though it's definitely not. So your sims can go to the bathroom here, but they won't be able to bathe because the bathtubs are purely decorative, but if you save up a little money, you could purchase a new one. And so I think that would be pretty cool. And then you could slowly like probably start with the kitchen next and remodel the kitchen and buy an actual functioning refrigerator and a functioning stove. And I didn't even include a sink. I'm just realizing that now. But a sink, well, there's sinks in the bathrooms, but there's no sink in the kitchen. I can't believe well, somebody took the sink. The sink doesn't exist, so I would definitely purchase one of those. But I think that would be some really fun gameplay to see what you could turn this house into and what you could do with it. I think it could be really cute because I think the shape of it is actually really interesting, and immediately when I saw the picture, I immediately thought of Evergreen Harbor. I thought it fit into this style of the world originally, because in case you guys don't know I mention this like every time I build in this world, but it comes with some extra like gameplay that changes the world, and I think it's super cool, so I always try to mention it because I'm hoping that by some chance the Sims team watches my video and they hear it and they're like, oh yeah, we should do that again, because I feel like you get so much more out of the world because there's two different versions of it. So through gameplay or through cheats, you can actually modernize the world, because originally it is dirty, it's polluted, and there's like trash everywhere and all those sorts of things. And like even some of like the buildings and everything's like kind of run down, but through that gameplay and everything, you can modernize the world. It becomes cleaner, it becomes more eco-friendly, and I think it's just super cool. So I love it. It's one of my favorite worlds and I really enjoy building here. But yeah, I just really thought this house would fit here nicely, and I really think it does. So I think even like fixed up, it would fit here even better. And then you could really fix it up when the world becomes more modernized and eco-friendly and make it like a modern house and be like a complete transformation. For me, I think that sounds cool. I don't know, maybe I will consider fixing it up myself. Maybe not just into like a family home, but maybe like really fix it up and turn it into like an eco-friendly house. I think that could be interesting. I don't know, let me know if you guys would be into that. But anyways, here for the side of the house, I wanted to continue with like the grass poking up through the fence, but the way I placed the fence, it was kind of overlapping the concrete that I was putting around the building. So on this far side, I just ended up doing some terrain paint, and thankfully with Eco Lifestyle, we got a really great concrete terrain paint. So I used that, and it's not like a perfect match to the flooring that I'm using at the front, but I think for the side of the build, it works fine. And yeah, it worked for my purposes here anyways. And then I also put these pipes on the exterior, and that's because in the picture that I was looking at, there was like these loose wires kind of like hanging around the house, and I was really wanting something like that. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe I saw somebody building with Journey to Batu, and there's some sort of object like that either in like the live edit objects or comes with the set. I don't know, I don't have the pack. I'm not really interested in getting it, but this is like the closest I've been to purchasing it just to have some wires. But I wasn't 100% sure if it actually came with that pack. I just think I saw somebody use it at one point. So I have like a vague memory of seeing an object like that, but maybe it was custom content. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. There's a few nice like floorings and like some really cool like decorations, but the overall like Star Wars theme, I am just so not into, and I don't know. I don't want it, so I guess I won't get it. But an object like that would be really handy in a build like this. But anyways, here I'm moving on to the interior. So for the interior, I really wasn't sure how I was going to go, if it was going to be mostly empty, if there was going to be furniture at all. I knew like the flooring that I wanted to use, the tile that came from Strangerville, is perfect because it looks like a tile that we have in game that's like nice and clean, but this is like a dirty version of it. So you could easily just replace it with that tile, and it would be like somebody came in and cleaned the floors or something. So I felt like that worked nicely. And then I just used an old wood floor. This one I think came with, it may have came with Cottage Living. I'm actually not really sure at this point. No, I don't think it did. I think it might actually, either way, it doesn't matter. The flooring that I used in here I think looks nice, and it's actually a really nice wood floor, but the different tones in it I felt like made it look a little bit less taken care of, even though it's a really nice floor. I probably could have gone with the one that came with, what is that pack? The Get Famous pack. That's the one. That one has a really nice distressed wood floor. It looks like one that you would see in like a saloon or something, but I didn't end up using that in here. But I think this one works nice. And then of course the wallpaper that came from City Living has stains on it already, and so that one worked pretty nicely. And then of course here is the kitchen, and these broken appliances are so perfect. And then this broken dresser, I just put it there in the entryway. I thought that was kind of like some old storage that was left behind, but it has been broken or damaged. I really wanted to give it that feel like teens had been partying in here. And looking back, maybe I should have put some like cups and stuff, but I did put piles of trash, and so we can pretend that there's like soda cans and juice cans or bottles or whatever in the piles of trash, and because they've been in here partying and you know, spraying graffiti and stuff around. So you could really even turn this into like a teen hangout if you wanted to. You could set it as some sort of community lot and have your teens come here, and I think that could be pretty fun too. But yeah, I also used the tool mod a couple of times to rotate things. So I rotated this cabinet on the wall to make it look like it had been hanging, you know, one of the like, you know, nails or however it was secured to the wall has been broken, and so it's just kind of hanging there. And I also did that with some of the artwork too, and I really like that effect. Another thing that I did over here on this piece of artwork is I brought one of the stains that came from vampires, and I actually used the tool mod to bring it forward and bring it to the level of the painting so it actually looked like the painting itself was stained. And it's very subtle because the paint, like the picture in the painting is actually quite strong and like vibrant, but it's just enough to where it looks like it's been like, I don't know, splashed with a drink, or it's just a little bit dirty and smudged. So I thought that was pretty nice. And then over here I do have a dining table. I used this dining table that came with the Werewolves pack because it's more broken looking and it has a book under the leg to level it out. And then I just used a little metal chair. And then I also put some like chemistry items on the dining table, thinking that maybe somebody's been up to some maybe kind of not so good activities in here, and so I thought that was kind of a nice way to show it, and it's a really good decoration, so I thought it was pretty fun to use. But here I'm just going through and trying to find extra things to clutter up the wall with, some graffiti and more stains and cracks and rips on the wallpaper and basically anything that I could throw around. And I was really trying to not overthink it. I really just wanted to place things somewhat randomly, but I was thinking about it, of course, but I didn't want to like overthink it, because I feel like you could probably like spend a lot of time adding those and it really wouldn't make too big of a difference. I feel like just kind of randomly placing them makes it look less taken care of, so I really wanted to give it that effect. I did put ceiling lights up. I considered not, so the house would be dark, but I just dimmed them slightly so the house isn't bright, but there's still light in here, so you can still see, but it's just not a bunch of bright lights. So yeah, I thought that worked out pretty nicely. And then over here is the downstairs bedroom. So the upstairs has a bedroom as well, but I wanted it to technically feel like a finished attic. So there's only a staircase or a ladder leading up to it. I didn't have room for a staircase. And so that's why I did it that way, but I liked it having the attic feel. And then I put like a couple of like kids things in there, like the possessed doll that came from the paranormal stuff pack, and I thought that was kind of cool because then there's like this possessed toy in here, and I don't know, I thought that was super fun. And I didn't even mention this at the beginning of the build, but this is definitely supposed to be like my Halloween build for the year. I was considering building a couple of different things, but I just really wasn't feeling that into it. Like, I've definitely done a couple of Halloween suburban homes. I've done a haunted house before. I've done, I don't know, I tried building a mansion for Vlad, but I don't know what kind of mansion I want him to have, and I don't even know where to begin. So that's gonna happen another time. Hopefully not too long. I really want to build that. I think that'd be super cool, but just wasn't the right time. So yeah, I'm happy that I was inspired by this. And for me, I think it was a really nice Halloween build because it's something I haven't done before. I've never done an abandoned family home. At least I don't think I have. I don't know. I have like 800 builds now, so who knows what I've done. But anyways, yeah, I quickly decorated the garage area here. I'm moving up to the attic space. And so there is a bathroom up here. I had the space for it. So that little room, I just put some bathroom items in. It's like the same items that I use in the downstairs bathroom, same flooring and tile and everything. But yeah, here I'm just putting stains and scrapes and tears and everything all over the walls. You can see the doll decoration that I put there. And then I also use a bed. I use a bed that came from the wearables pack just because it looks more tattered and less taken care of. And then the curtain as well came from the what is it, Spooky Day, and so it looks torn and tattered, so I thought that was pretty perfect. And of course there's like spider webs and everything around. But yeah, this is pretty much it for the build, so I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you guys do enjoy the screenshots. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
There's no one like you, my little girl. Your eyes so blue under those brown curls. Soon you're on your way. Promise me that you know the world is yours. Strike them with your glow. Go on now, be good, be fine. Live your life, dream big, don't forget to be kind. Live, it's your life. Rocks are meant to be picked up and thrown. New ideas can be pleasantly overgrown. But you know where to go if you follow that heart. One step at a time, we all play our part.